Welcome to this game of Mechabellum. You can see I'm fighting a Quaza something. I don't know if it's pronounced like that, but that's how I pronounce it. And I chose really fast, and you can see quick supply specialist with Void Eye and Fire Badger. So yeah, great one. 4200 HP, not the greatest HP, but not bad either. And the extra 200 at the start is always useful. My opponent, Spider Crawlers and Giant Specialist. So you can expect big units. Even if probably not Vulcan, since he started with a Shaft Clear unit. He could sell out of the spiders, but not expected. And if he starts selling out of the spiders, you can expect that a Vulcan is coming. You can see here, it's not bugged, so strangely enough. And we both go on opposite sides here. You can see that he went for full shaft with the spiders, no DPS unit, which is quite strange. We sold the same tower, whose it ends. And on my case, I went for one Fire Badger and one Prowler. And now I'm just positioning the units here. And the way I like to put Void Eyes right behind the Fire Badgers, so you can't get the Void Eyes stuck on Shaft and the Fire Badgers stuck on the Spider. Which can happen, and it's really annoying when it does, so that's why I do that. Only a few of my units will turn. Start going for the other side. He has to go in for his tower, which I will hit first. So tower debuff, which will help me kill this spider faster. So Kiss will get his tower debuff first or not. Let's see. Yeah. The tower kills it right at the end of the debuff when he gets mine. And he wastes the buff mostly. The buff is over, and my units are now getting here. Protect the voids! And no. One died, but the other survived. And now the spider is basically alone here. So, a very big victory on the first round. But we are at an in pace here. And instantly units. And looking at those, I was between maybe going crabs, but never won crabs. Not that great. And decided to go for the Sabertooth. Sabertooth is great against the spider. And I can sell it later when I don't need it anymore. My opponent also went for the saber. We'll put it on the other side. While I am going to the middle here, you can see me grabbing a saber, I'll grab a Fire Badger. My opponent going for oil here to delay my assault and level 2 tower. Here, when we are like this, usually the player who starts to defend the other side are at disadvantage because you have a lot of wasted resources on the other side. So you will see me trying to pull part of his army to the side, with units in the middle. Opponent also went for one marksman, fearing air cheese, and I do the same, so we thought the same here. I went for one marksman, he did the same thing. I also went for charged shot on the Void Eyes. Don't really intend to get more attacks on them, but just charged shots increase their damage, so they can kill spider faster. And the tower, which I expected to be leveled. I didn't expect the oil. Here, saber killing the spider. And my middle is winning quite easily the units I pull it. But there's a lot of units here still. gets tower debuff first. My units slowly crossing the oil. And yeah, this fight's not going well with this debuff. Saber doing a lot. Top 1 on damage for him. Now I get the debuff, but one Void Eye and one Marksman still alive. So yeah, they are shooting at the Crawlers. Here, Crawler's going for his next tower, which is great. One of his Crawlers going for mine, but just one. And here, tower debuff. I think I would manage to win even without a tower debuff. But with it, more units survive. And poor Marksman, don't know if he got hosted or if the Crawlers killed them. But just one more Crawler here. And now, more damage to the opponent, already 3000. Here, I didn't really want any of the buffs, but this item can be very useful when I'm trying to move units from this side to defend the middle, since I'm wasting a lot of units going here, and I expect my opponent to light this oil. Just put something in front, and my own 5 badgers will light it, and kill my units as they cross. You will see that he put it on a spider and put the spider here. So yeah, 5 badgers will shoot the spider, oil will ignite, and my units will die as they are crossing. At least the Void Eyes would, and the Crawlers. 5 badgers will probably survive. But you can see I moved one 5 badger away, here to the middle. Scorching Fire, kill his units faster. You will see me beaconing my units here away from the oil into the middle. So most of my units here are going away. And one more Crawler here. Also, this tower is level 2. And you see it working perfectly, as most of my units will avoid the fire. So even this one now will turn to this side. So yeah, only 3 Void Eyes going through here. So perfect move from me on this side. In honor of this perfect move, if you are not subscribed yet, subscribe, really helps me. But look at this. The Bow of Death. You just got the tower debuff. Well, his Saber can kill a few of my units, doing a lot of damage. But you can see my voids here that went here, dying on the fire. But easy victory now for me. And that's quite a bit of damage. He's at half HP already. And here there is Super Supply at round 4, which is very tempting. And I end up grabbing it. My opponent does the same. And there is something strange about my opponent, right? I was thinking that he was going for Vulcans because he sold one of the spiders, the other has the item that I expect him to sell too, but no, he doesn't go for a Vulcan. He goes for a Warfactory. So, round 4 factory. The giant spec do help to grab it. It gets the unlock at 200 less cost. So it's 150 instead of 350. You see me still using the beacon to move my units, because look at this, level 3 tower here. And I'm wasting most of my units on this side. There's nothing for them to hit, and they are very slow. So, moving them to the middle to fight him. You'll see me getting more units in here. So, both sides of the tower. Now I'm defending this one too. I expect to not get the buff. Missile protecting my backline, which he does put a spider in here. He's deploy spider. But do I have enough DPS to kill a Warfactory? And only one Void Eye turned to try to kill the spider, which even with the missile, not enough. Here, they are actually doing some damage, but they are dying. And yeah, everything is basically dead already. He didn't even need the debuff from the spider. So, now we need to deal with factories. Because if someone grabbed a factory, he will grab more factories. A few units left here, but the factory will still dispatch them. And now I will take damage, which I don't like to see. Even got a level on the factory, which I could grab. Here, none of those look good for me. So let's skip. We both have the super supply, so we both have more money now. Abyss, which is my preferred answer to factory. End up just putting it here and moving the 5 badgers here, so I have some shaft clear. Opponent, one more factory on the other side, where I can't get an Abyss right now. So Abyss only on this side, for now. And Henge on the factories. So he's ahead of me on the Titan units, grabbing and attacking. You can see that I sold the Saber, which is not being that useful. You can see me moving my Void Eyes. I will move them behind, just in case he keeps the spider here. It will be a missile and moving the Voids. But my opponent sold the spider. Now my only problem here is blocking. There's a lot of shaft for me to kill, and his Warfactory is great at killing my shaft clear. Thankfully he only has one marksman as his anti-air. And my badgers did manage to do the job, so Abyss locked. Already killed the marksman with the beam here, hitting the factory together with the marksman. So victory for me. Even if there is nothing on the other side to protect against his factory, he doesn't have any anti-air here. So this Abyss will manage to kill both factories. And didn't got a level, but close. So units, I could go either for the Typhoons, which is the best for money, 500 total, selling the 2 of them, or Farseer for instant money. I would get 400 in one sell, which is my opponent's choice. But I think he won't go to sell. Yeah, he's going to go for AA Farseer to counter my Abyss. Level 3 Farseers, very good. It do a lot of damage, can kill the Farseer, can kill the Abyss in a few shots. I will leave one Typhoon here, and second Abyss. And here I was thinking, do I want to go Henge on the Abyss? But I also need Henge on the 5 badgers to kill the shaft before they die to the factories. And I was thinking which one I was going to grab. And I think I end up not grabbing any of them on this route. Just going for more 5 badger. Henge on the tower. And Fangs in front, because I was quite vulnerable to missiles. My opponent did put a missile, but on the other side, which I am also quite vulnerable to missiles. And look at this. Ooh, that was a good missile. He also grabbed Farseer on this side too, which is already locked on my, but it's a level 1 Farseer at least. And it's dead. There's another level 1 here, but it's not getting hit by my Abyss. Here, it just locked right now, I think. Yeah, you can see 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots. Dead. At least killed the factory before dying. Other side won. And the Farseer, the Abyss almost dead too. But it survived. Now can I kill this Farseer? And you can probably guess the answer with the HP of my Abyss here. 1 shot my marksman and 1 shot my Abyss. And I think it's a level 4. No, didn't get a level at least. Here there is acid, which sometimes people don't expect for you to grab. So yeah, I'd go for acid. Even if it's expensive, 250 for the acid. But if I manage to land the acid, it lasts 2 turns and it is very powerful. My opponent also, strangely enough, goes for acid, even if it's not useful against my most powerful unit in the air. And my Badgers already get one-shotted almost by his Warfactories. So the level 2 can survive 2 shots. You can see that now I went for the attacks. So range on the 5 Badgers, range on the Abyss, and level 2 Abyss here. And more 5 Badgers. Also more Fangs. You can see I put Fangs in front here. So if he put missiles again, it will hit the Fangs instead of my units and killing a lot of important units. Speed. And I put a shield in here, because I was maybe he will grab the acid and put here, but I expected him to put here where I have more units together. But he puts here. And I put a missile in here. He does put the missile here again, but my Fang managed to block the missile. Acid. You can see that I also put units in his backline here. So I pulled a lot of his units with this deep flank of 5 Badgers, including his Farseer. Now the problem is, I don't have a lot of ground units, at least they are very vulnerable in the acid, so the few, I have 2. Only 1 left now, 5 Badger. They can kill the shaft really fast. And since they are standing on the acid, 1 beam was enough to kill even a high level Farseer. So victory again, my acid was better than his acid. And now the game offers 3 wasps. And I go for it. I expect my opponent will do the same, since wasps are really annoying for Abyss to deal with if you go for shielded wasps. So the idea was I would go for my own wasps with range. No AA yet, because I'm not completely sure that he will go for wasp investment. And I'm still quite healthy at 3000 HP. You can see he trying to move away from the acid here. My deep flank here being really annoying. Which moving here, he will deal with my deep flank and keep his units together, although he will lose a lot of sharp here. And maybe even the tower. Because I did grab range and speed. Loaning for more units, so 5 Badger. My opponent going for missiles again, but it's hitting the front line tanks that I put on both places. I killed his shaft in here and even put one in the back until he put something. Strange enough, where's the wasps? He didn't go for wasps. Here you can see my Abyss is already killing his factory. On the side they end up turning to the other side, but he didn't quite manage to leave the acid. You can see it's died to the acid only. So this factory died doing nothing, just with him trying to move away, but if a little part of the factory is still in the acid, it's still taking damage from the acid. Tower debuff, so high level Farseer destroyed, tower destroyed together. And I have more than enough units on the ground, on the field, to win. So once again, Abyss killing factories. My preferred counter that usually works. But that's it for this game. If I was on my opponent's side, I would have went for the wasps. He went for the money. You can see I had two deep flanks here, which were also quite annoying for my opponent to deal with. If this had lasted longer, I would probably have clicked Scorching Fire, Scorching Charge, because I was attracting a lot of chaff in here, and if they exploded, they would kill a lot of, much more than they were killing right now. Even without that, they were already killing with the Scorching Fire helping them. You can see that he went for the double DPS and shaft clear factory with high explosive ammo and range enhancement instead of the usual production factory, which you see. So that's why he also went for levels on both of them. If he had went for a production factory, I would probably have to end up grabbing... For missiles I would grab event ready anyway, but I would probably have to go for vertical sweep, so I can hit the units being produced and the factory. But as I was saying, if I was on his side, I would go for the wasps and invest heavily on the wasps. Starting with shield and AA probably. Because wasps can deal a lot of damage to the Abyss with AA, and with shield they are really annoying for the Abyss to kill. Then probably grab a production on the factory. So I would probably be forced to go for a vertical sweep, which would make my Abyss even worse at killing his wasps. But of course, I was already thinking on the wasps, starting a wasp war, grabbing my own wasps, so I could go range enhancement, then aerial specialization, and we would start trading a wasp war in here. But I don't know if going for wasps would have been enough for my opponent. But that's it. I will see you on the next one.